Okay, well, let's see. Introduce the movie in 3 minutes. Well, let's go. Hi, I'm Eric Reinstead, director of The Rocks Cry Out, also played the role of the villain. Background, going back to 2013, our family has enjoyed fossil hunting, uncovering evidence for the global flood of Noah's Day. That's described in Genesis chapters 6 through 9. We've been in awe of what our family has been able to find in multiple of the western states in the United States. In the summer of 2017, we had the idea to put it together in a video as show people kind of a sample of what we found, collected, or left in place. One weekend, Marianne was out of town. The girls and I decided to do a fun Indiana Jones style with a little nod to The Hobbit introduction to the video. Our intent was to only show it to her and a couple close friends on our home TV, the intro portion. So we used copyrighted Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark music. We filmed it over a couple days, and when she got home, we had a blast showing it to her. In the fall of 2017, we got our first green screen fabric, and so we decided to play around with that and add a few scenes, and then we got this idea of doing like this mock documentary making of with a premiere at a theater and do it all through green screen and everything. So we played around a lot with that and did it. We never finished it, the whole intro or documentary part of it. And so we had these clips sitting around, and with this whole coronavirus shelter in place thing, thought might enjoy it, thought might bless some people, build some people up, give you some wholesome fun entertainment. So we kind of re-edited it, cleaned it up a little, put in copyright-free music. We're blessed with the music we were allowed to use. We laugh at how amateurish it looks, but we cut ourselves some slack at that point. We had zero knowledge of film. We had studied it in no way. We had a camera that went in and out of focus, had no manual controls. We had no external lighting, no external sounds or anything like that. Title, Rocks Cry Out. It's a play on Jesus telling the religious leaders that if his disciples stopped praising him, the very rocks would cry out. And it's a nod to Romans 1, where it says that he has got us so evidenced in creation itself, the nature around us, that man has zero excuse to deny him. It is our firm conviction that the evidence for the global flood of Noah's Day described in Genesis is overwhelmingly clear in the rocks, the strata, and the fossils that are around the world on the highest of mountains. And it's our conviction the flood is the best explanation for the geological formations, the topography that we see around us today. Even modern science, we've noticed in our travels at different sites, is giving up the slow change over long periods of time and going to catastrophic change. Of course, heaven forbid that they would recognize the global flood of Noah described in the Bible. What does it matter? Noah's flood explains the appearance of the earth today and eliminates any need to interpret Genesis chapter 1 in any way other than it's just literally written. There's no need for an old earth interpretation. And there is zero internal evidence in the Bible to interpret Genesis any way other than the way it's written. Unfortunately, collapses on that are causing people to walk away from the faith. The world sees us as hypocrites, inconsistent, non-thought out, because we bow to science on this issue, but then stand on everything else science rejects, like a virgin birth, resurrection, angels, demons, healing, miracles, parting of the water, multiplication of bread and fish, etc. If we can't trust the first chapters of Genesis, then who are we to stand and preach and teach the rest of the Bible? So with all that being said, here's a slice of what we have found to date, with some good old-fashioned adventure and a villain thrown in there. It doesn't include things we've been shown, but other people have found. Shark teeth, fossil whales on top of mountains. Amazing stuff. This is just some of what we've found, and we want to share with you. So enjoy it with us as we ham it up. And remember, if even the rocks know and cry out the truth, and we sure should as well. Blessings. So how'd I do? Hey, not bad. I even have time to spare. Marine fossils are found on some of the highest mountains around the globe, and stories of a massive flood are a part of the history of people groups around the world. Sedimentary layers are found stacked one upon another with no erosion between them, indicating rapid deposition. Vertical fossilized trees are found spanning multiple sedimentary layers supposedly laid down vast ages apart. Dinosaur and marine fossils are found mixed in the same fossil plains and areas. Massive bone beds of herds of dinosaurs tell of a catastrophic event that overtook them. Billions of fossils found around the world tell of a global event that caused rapid burial. Evidence of catastrophic erosion and carving spans the globe. The global flood of Noah's day is real. It is historical. The rocks cry out the evidence for it. It explains our topography today without an appeal to vast ages. It is one more reason we can trust God's words from the first page of the Bible to the last. You guys are running in terror. How come no one ever takes pictures of me? Wow, this is cool. Okay. Oh, funnest film scene to film. Probably without a doubt for me, it was the one with the explosion. I got more ash on me. If we'd had a making of still of me actually doing that from the side, I think we'd have been laughing so hard, I don't know what would have stopped us. That was probably definitely the funnest one. Okay. Alright, go stop recording and look at it, and I don't know if we got enough or not. Yeah, I couldn't be prouder. I mean, my girls love the Lord. They're beautiful, they're smart, they're troopers when we go fossil hunting, and they get it. They get this world needs the Bible, and to have the Bible work, we need Genesis. Working with my family, there's nothing better. You get God in there, good coffee, fossils, and my family, and it's just basically a perfect world. Looks good. Challenges. There's a lot, and we've learned a lot. This is the first film we've used green screen. We did try a white sheet one time, but the problem was Abigail was wearing white, so we have like a transparent Abigail fighting a giant pumpkin, but that's a movie and a story for another time. The green screen challenge, first we took it out of the box today, so it had to be ironed. Marianne spent probably 2 hours ironing that thing today. Trying to hang it, it's been raining today, dodging the weather, so the first parts of the filming of this movie, temperature's so hot we almost dehydrated. Today, dodging raindrops, cold, wind, blustery conditions. I'm exaggerating a little, but sounds good for the movie. So there's been a lot of challenges. Short time set. We're a busy family. We got a lot to do. And we sometimes do these in a very spur of the moment. Much to Marianne's chagrin, there's no rehearsals. So what you see is what you get. Okay, go ahead. You're being recorded. Just try it. Okay, we're not getting the headlamp. Go ahead.
I can do it on a brighter setting.
Stop. Yeah.
This is the lowest setting.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, put on your very brightest. Okay, and Bethany, if you can put the light down farther, come over to here. Because, go ahead, Abigail. Yeah. It's not focused. There we go. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. We need to get some fill light on her. Let me try something. Just keep going, Abigail. Just let it. Maybe we'll get some good footage out of this.
My hours are gonna be so tired.
That's not working. Fossils. When did I start getting interested in fossils? Well, recently it was Bethany's fault. She's responsible for the passion. or she would call it the obsession. But she told me about a spot that she'd seen for fossils, and that just began it all. But really, God was working on me before I ever knew it, before I was even a Christian. Marianne and I worked at a dinosaur camp in Montana, and we found dinosaur teeth, we found eggshell. There's this massive bone bed. It stretches, I think, like 3 miles. Thousands, if not tens of thousands of dinosaur bones, clearly covered by some catastrophic event. And even then, when I didn't even know what that meant, God was already preparing me to recognize the importance of fossils and demonstrating the truth of the Genesis flood, which is actually the very basis for being able to believe why the earth looks the way it does and why we can believe Genesis 1. And that means everything.
Wait.
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Go ahead. Okay. Let's see.
Wait, no, that wasn't the spot.
Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me.
Be careful it doesn't at least hit your knee.
I'm trying to. Okay, go. The villain. Yeah. Well, he was a character in Paul's Golden Coffee Mug, which was our first feature film, and we just thought it'd be fun as a family thing to kind of bring him back for a cameo appearance. But reality, I think any work that's done for God's always opposed by an enemy. We know the Bible says the devil's real. He appears in the first chapters of Genesis, and again, you write off Genesis, people don't believe that either. The Bible said he's real. So I do think there is something that opposes all of our work, anything we're doing for God. And so I don't think it's bad to have a villain in there, kind of a picture of the devil.
Okay, recording.
So guys go around the corner and then come back together. Jogging and then come to an abrupt stop at that line, like you see me.
So kind of looking down till we get to the line.
Yeah, kind of have your head down, get to the line, see me, stop.
Where is it? I don't know where the line is. I'm so glad we're not doing sound for this video.
There you go, stop it.
Yeah.
That's not. It's too slow. Yeah. We are recording.
You okay?
Okay, back down, Abigail.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
What'd she do?
Stepped on my foot.
She's breathing a bit harder because she just ran. From the front, it would be a better angle and it showed the nostril a bit better.
What are you doing down there?
I am making it look like like I am being let down by the rope, so that it looks like up there the rope is sliding through. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Okay, recording. Good. Okay, so go back to her.
Good, 1 right there. That was your left.
Okay, so be looking at it.
There are rings. There's 2 rings.
What aspect of filmmaking do I like best? I love the creativity. I love working with my family and honoring God. That's probably it for me. I think there's just something exciting about taking something in your head and turning it into a reality. It makes people laugh and teaches them a little bit about God. So I have to say that for me. So, yeah. Marianne, come here. Come here for a sec. This is my wife. She's the best. She's the one that makes it possible for our whole family. They were just asking me what aspect I like best about filmmaking. What would you say?
Well, because we homeschool, I would say that I'm always looking for opportunities for creativity and adventure, things for the girls to be able to put the truths of God that we teach them together into a practical aspect. And so what I really enjoy most, though, is that our family can do this together, that these are outlets for our girls to be able to have a creative way and to use their imagination and inspire others to God's truth.
Ain't she the best? Aww.
All the work behind the scenes. I don't know if we have enough time to talk about this. After all, there are a number of hungry mouths to feed.
Is it work or is it play?
It's done as a labor of love. But I appreciate everything that they do, and this is a way that I can also encourage them by being able to take care of the little things that are behind the scenes. I am so proud of my family, everything that they've done up until this point, what they've learned, how far we've come from making those simple family films, and now to be where we are today. I just can't say that I'm more proud of my family.
God is good.
All the time.
Amen.
Horsing around, take 1.
Okay. Every good making of scene has a good scene. All right. The villain is chasing you. Go!
Ah!